go! We're live. Let's get Jordan. Let's get the man in. The man, the myth. Doesn't work. I've pulled off the biggest ruse, arguably, on the planet. Oh, is he it? No. Oh, hello, guys. Oh, hello, everyone. All right, we're trying to solve the Jordan situation. How do we get Jordan in this chat? Cowboy Jordan has joined as a viewer. How do we get him to join as a player? As player 222. Oh, shit, we got some numbers, man. How are we, guys? All right, wait, what's this? Request. Oh, yes, here we go. I think we're good. Hey. Okay, wait. Okay, I think you're in. Are you in? How do I get you in? What up, guys? Accept your request. How are we, everybody? Dude, I keep accepting Jordan. I don't know why I won't let it. Can someone who knows how to operate this damn technology let me know? It says Cowboy Jordan unable to join. View request. Hold on. Go live with Cowboy. Please. How are we, everybody? Player 270. Oh, here he is! No way! We did it!
I didn't think it was possible.
You sick... I'm not sure if the C word's appropriate just yet, but you sick dog. How are you, mate?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing?
Bloody good. You have the most Australian background I've ever seen in my life, bro. Where's the kookaburra?
I planned it. Dude, he flew away because I didn't have any meat for him. So he's a bit of a greedy little bugger.
Bro, he eats meat.
Yeah, so I was out here the other day just eating a steak, and he flew up here and just hung out there, and they started laughing. And he just started like doing the and laughing. That's a bad noise. And so I threw him a bit of steak, and then he flew off to a tree just over there. No one can see it. There's a tree over there. Yeah. And then he came back 30 seconds later and sat right back down. I was like, all right, you're obviously feeding a young kookaburra. So I want to help the development of the young Australian wildlife. So I gave half my steak to the kookaburras.
Mate, you're modern day Steve Irwin. You know that? That's unbelievable.
Dude, I would love to be. I think his son Bobby is doing a pretty good job of that though. But I definitely tried to position this so that I could be out here. I'm here. There's a hard bridge just there. Look
at that. Guys, have a look at Jordan's background. Just sensational.
Dude, how are you?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Fucking just chilling. Friday's Monday. What day is it? Monday's the work at home day. So just getting shit done, man. But very excited that we're having this little powwow live. For those of you who don't know, we got some good numbers, bro. Like every time I've ever gone live, there's been 10 people tops. 2 of them is like my mum and dad. So this is unbelievably high numbers. I'm very excited. Thank you for being here, everybody.
Hey, Mum, if you're on this as well. And also, hey, Adrian's mum and dad.
Yes. I reckon my 91-year-old grandma could be watching. Hello, Baba.
Hello, Baba.
But yeah, dude, fuck. I mean, good, man. For anyone who doesn't know, me and Jordan here actually became good friends during the show. You don't see us together. I don't think we crossed paths.
I don't think they showed any of us together, but we spent a surprising amount of time in the dorm together, just kind of like walking around, shooting the shit, telling everyone about Australia. You know why I think a lot of our stuff got cut? Is because we would go up to a group of people and be like, yeah, so like your mate's a cunt, your cunt's a mate, and like we just swore a lot. And I don't swear a lot anyway. And then I was just thinking, man, Adrian and I were just swearing at everybody, and like we were just really feeding into the Australian stereotype, making it so much worse.
Bro, that's how it is, though.
Cancelling any TV time. It is. I try so hard to not be like that, though. I try so hard to be, because I think it makes you sound stupid if you just walk around swearing a lot. I really do. I think it.
Yes and no. I think we've talked about this before. There's science to back the fact that if you swear, you sound more honest. So they've done like studies on this. But you're right. It's like a trade-off. Do you want to seem dumb but honest, or smart but conniving? You know, like it's whichever one you want to project.
I mean, I definitely love to hang out with a couple of dumb, honest fellas more than those snivy, like little
conniving, smart people.
Conniving people, yeah.
Oh man, how was your day, by the way?
Oh, okay, let's talk about that. So my day
Yeah, no, we're
was
gonna start on these
fantastic.
like low-level topics and work our way up. All right.
Actually, I had a bit of a hectic day. So I turned 30 on Saturday, and
Way.
so I know, dude, it'd be 30. So I'm an old man now. So I took my ma out for dinner on Sunday
Oh,
night,
cute.
and she stayed up here. So she was here this morning, and she actually had to go to the hospital this morning to get an MRI done on the old ticker. The old ticker's not
Yeah.
working too well. So I had the morning with her, and then I just hung out here for the morning. I did a bit of work. I worked out, and then I went to actual work. Now I'm here.
Yeah.
So how about you? How's your day,
Good,
mate?
bro. Yeah, good. Slept in, went to the gym, couple
Yeah.
getting jacked, and then just
Welcome to Voices.
working on content, mate. This is
Dude,
how
you're
it is.
sneaky Jack too. Hey, for everyone that's watching, Adrian's one of those sleeper builds with the tracksuits walking around, and you wouldn't imagine it, but the dude's sneaky, like a bit of a brick wall walking around the old dorm. He's a tall fella, and there's a bit to him, and you know it's very nice.
They call me the brick shit house, mate. That's I look, weigh, and smell like a shit house, so it's good. But yeah, fuck, we've got a few questions here. Should we go through?
Yeah,
Should we be
let's
answering
get
the
into some
people?
questions.
Guys, thank you everyone for joining. Let's have look at some of these questions. Okay, Hamish says, "Where do you actually work, Jordan?"
So it's an interesting question, and for reasons that I don't want to.
OnlyFans, basically.
Yeah. No, if I had the body for the OnlyFans, I'd get into it, or even the confidence. But no. So I'm a nanny essentially. So I look after a little girl, and that's all I can really divulge about that. So I work with a family, help them out. Hopefully the government doesn't hear about this.
Just get fired on it.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
okay.
I gave up the barista, and I still teach swimming. So I teach swimming to that kid. So I'm still kind of a swim teacher.
Yeah.
But I'm trying. Well, I just interviewed for a PhD for next year for neuroscience. So to look into sleep research for brain aging. So I'm trying to be a scientist, which is surprising to a lot of people with this head of hair.
Now that's the sleeper build right there. This man does not look like a neuroscientist.
No, dude. I don't talk like a neuroscientist. Don't sound like one. But I
Do you ever hit him?
have one.
Do you ever hit him with the old? I've got a PhD, pretty huge
Well,
dick. You ever do that one?
Well, maybe in 3.5 years I'll have a PhD.
I think you're gonna say in 3.5 years I'll have a pretty huge dick.
In 3.5 years I'll still have 3.5 inches, but I'll have maybe also a PhD.
It's an inch per year here in Australia.
Inch per year, boys.
Just packing, bro.
Let's get to some questions.
All right. Okay. 5 Shandy Cat says, okay, why don't we do one question each, actually? Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to scroll back up to the.
Cool.
All right, yeah, you go.
Okay, 5 Shandy Cat. Fuck, I missed it. Oh, okay, here we go. Did you ever talk about splitting the money?
Oh, yes. So, the only person I actually talked about splitting the money with was with Eric 215, our Irish brother, and
Who nearly made it here, by the way. He might be joining us later.
he could be a sneaky ad. He could be a little. You know how? Oh, no, unless you're American, oh, don't worry. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah. So the only person I really spoke to about splitting the money with was Eric, and I told him I was like, yeah, dude, I'll give you a large chunk of money if I win, but otherwise I didn't really speak of it. I honestly didn't speak about winning the money that often, which again might have been my detriment, but I don't know. Did you?
No, dude. Well, they told us early on that we weren't allowed to split the money as well.
Yeah. And then I
said
do remember that.
Strictly against the rules. They're like, don't talk to anyone about it. You're not allowed to. I mean, you could just go and like take your mic off
But like I was so frightened in there of doing anything wrong and potentially them being like, no, like you broke the rules, you're out, and me being like, oh, far out. Did I just ruin my chance of $4.5 million because I was shooting the shit about what I'd do with some money that I probably won't even follow through with? Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was definitely terrified of that.
Yeah, I was trying to be like a real good boy in there as well. Just like you don't want to break any rules because they have a lot of power over you when you're in there.
Yeah. And you're so scared when you're in there, right? Because it's like they're always watching you, they're always listening to you, and you know that like you just got to kind of like, I don't know, for me anyway, I was like, I just got to keep my head down and just not upset anybody and just try and sneak as far along as possible and then try and make some plays. But so I've got a question here actually that I think will be a great one for you. And so it was, how was the cookie challenge?
Oh, how was the
Someone
cookie
asked,
challenge?
Yeah, Blue Powerade asked, how was the cookie challenge?
Oh, okay. So what, you got the circle, right?
I got the triangle, brother.
Oh, okay. Slightly hard.
Thanks
So the
for
order of
listening to
ranking is like circle, triangle, and then slightly, and then harder than that is the star,
Oh,
and then the
Chad,
umbrella
sorry.
is obviously the most fucked.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I also said that I was going to split the money with Chad. I forgot about that. But no, Chad.
Oh,
I wasn't
really?
fucking
Yeah,
around
right.
with you. But yeah, sorry. How was the cookie challenge?
Well, I was fucked. Basically, what happened was once we got the umbrella, we were all like our whole line was like, oh, fuck, this is it. We're like, all right, it's, you know, we went through like the 5 stages of grief where you start off like mad and then sadness and then fucking bargaining. And like, by the end, we finally got to like, all right, acceptance. We're like, that's it. We've got no chance, man. We're fucked. This umbrella is not. We're all going to go home. We've had a good time. We're like basically like singing Kumbaya together. We're like, all right, this is it. Time to go home. But bro, once we got in there, and this is what people don't know as well. The way that we filmed it is that they split the room into like quadrants, right? And then they filmed each quadrant for 10 minutes and then got all the angles they could. So by the time it got to mine, which is the last quadrant, we were able to see what worked for everybody. And so I just took like really close note of that. And then when that moment happened, once the time started and it was like, all right, that's it. It's time to cut. I can't explain this, man. I've never felt like this level of focus in my entire life. It was like fucking in the zone. There is no, like in my head, it's like, there is no fucking way I'm leaving here with this umbrella not cut. It was like I'd seen it happen in my head before it happened. I know it sounds like kind of cooked, but dude, I was like, I've never been in the zone my entire life. It was crazy.
You had to be locked in. You just like, there was no getting around it.
Yeah, exactly, man. I was like, that was it. And I just knew. I was like, this is coming out. And then bit by bit, I'm scratching, and you feel the metal, and it's like, yes, here we go. And then you crack that top bit off, and then you keep going, and then it was that final hooky bit at the end that I was most unsure about, because that little hook fucked you up. And that's
legit winner's mentality.
And that was it. What was that?
That's legit winner's mentality right there.
Bro, where was that focus in high school is what I want to know.
Dude, high school wasn't going to give you $4.5 million.
No, that's right. That's absolutely right. Bro, I have a feeling that Chad is trying to join this chat right now.
Yeah, I think we should get him in here.
He is. Wait, okay, guys, for anyone watching, Mr. Chad, who you may not have seen in the show very much. Oh, here he is.
There he is, boy.
Yes.
He's going to switch us in on everything.
Yo, what's going on, motherfuckers?
Yeah, I want to hear that raspy 14-year-old pack-a-day smoking voice.
It's so good.
I've got to answer one question from Weird Barbie here, and I think this is going to be interesting for everyone here. So she says, in capital letters, Jordan, what do you put in your hair, dude? You are drop-dead gorgeous. Okay, so for the second half of that, thank you so much, honey. You're brilliant.
Oh,
I don't put anything in my hair, and it's going to shock many, many people to learn that I actually haven't washed it in 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, dude. So one time, I used to be in the Navy in another lifetime, and I had a shaved head, and I was in the shower one day, and I remember it like as clear as day. I was washing my like 3 millimeter of hair, and I just thought to myself, why the fuck am I doing this? And then I just never did it again from that day onwards. And I think I lucked out by having a shaved head in the moment so that I didn't have to worry about the gross part. And then just because I'm in the ocean, you know, most days of the week, I just think the ocean kind of cleans it.
You are the most Australian human being on this planet. You realise that? It doesn't get any more Aussie. One of Eric's interviews, he said that it was like a kangaroo had sex with a surfboard and you were born.
Brad Pitt. He said Brad Pitt on a surfboard. I wish they aired that.
Chad, mate.
That was fucking hilarious.
Dude, he's got the most fucked internet.
Yeah, dude,
yeah, what the fuck?
The hardest thing about trying to deal with Chad is that his internet never works.
Classic Chad. Bro, how have you been since the show came out?
Boy,
He's a loaded bar. that's him processing the question.
is this still going?
God.
Am I frozen?
I mean, yeah, but you're like 6 pixels right now, bro.
We can hear you, though.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, I'm just talking Pixel Land. I have no idea what you said because you froze on my end too. So.
Oh, okay. Just how have you been since the show came out?
Oh, good man. I've been traveling with the show with not Squid Games, with Chippendales, and been doing tours all around Europe and whatnot. I've been loving life.
Fuck yeah. Guys, for anyone who doesn't know, Chad is how would you say it? How would you describe your job title?
I'm a professional cockswinger. No, I'm just a,
That's not
I'm a male.
that's not too far off.
Yeah, cockswing to the right, cockswing to the left. No, I'm a breakdancer by profession, but yeah, I work in a strip show. I'm at one of the world's top male reviews, which is Chippendales. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
We got to see a lot of that in the show, and you you another sneaky under the cover, under the radar, just had everyone in there like loving the Australians and just being like, oh, this is what they all like. And I'm sitting there like, no, I don't dance. Like, you know.
Mate, one of the best things about that show was meeting you fellas, and it made my day in there. Hey, like seriously, Jordan. Also, I would say if I had the body, maybe I'd do OnlyFans. What the hell are you talking about, mate? You're fucking shredded.
Yeah, that was bullshit, bro. You absolutely have the body. I'm just saying.
I don't like to, we'll just leave it. Hey, Eric's in here.
Dude, a lot of the footage you might have seen of Chad is breakdancing. And I remember you explaining it to me that, like, every millennial male went through a breakdancing phase at some point, myself included. And you just said that you just stuck with it. You just kept going.
Yeah, I was stuck with it. I was either doing maths in high school or spin on my head. So I tried to spin on my head.
Brother, spin on that fucking head.
Yeah. No, I loved dancing I started when I was 12 and well, I don't know what exactly addicted it to me, and then I found out I can get me girls as well, and I thought it was cool and it challenged my body, and yeah, it's great.
That's killer, man.
Still a
Very
kid.
point. Okay, here's one. Let's talk about this then. Some unusual hobbies that we have. Jordan, do you have any unusual hobbies?
I play a lot of chess, which is not like I really love playing chess. I think it's a fantastic game. But my hobbies that I do outside of the I love to cook. That's definitely a pastime of mine. I surf. That's not unusual though. Far out. And then I guess my other I guess my only other unusual hobby is that I spend a majority of my day reading neuroscience journals. I spend hours of my day reading about the brain, which is an unusual hobby, I guess.
No, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Shall we go to some questions?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Alana said she loved you before Squid Games, Adrian.
Oh, which Alana is this? Is this
Alana Jane 26?
Alana Jane 20? Oh, hello, Alana. How are you? I believe Alana Jane 26 submitted a question earlier, but it's not saying the names. Okay, here we go. Oh, I think it's the question for you, Jordan. Why was he the only solo in the picnic blanket?
Why was I the only solo in the picnic blanket? So because there was 63 of us left in the dorm, and we had to partner up, and obviously 63 doesn't go into two, so there was going to be one spare. And we had kind of figured out by this point that being at the front of the line, Chad scratching his
Chad's
what the fuck? I'm a stripper, mate. I'm not good at maths.
Yeah, don't worry, that's why you got me, brother. But we all figured out pretty early in the games that if you were at the front of the line, it wasn't good news for you. And I kind of kept that mentality. And I remember saying to Chad and Eric, like, hey, boys, let's just kind of hang back here for a little bit. Let's let the line develop, and then we'll sort of tag in on the end. And I truly thought that we were going to be able to maybe have three of us on a picnic blanket, like if there wasn't going to be enough. And then I think it was Aurora or maybe Jade. Jade said there was going to be a she was like, there's a spare blanket. And I'd kind of wanted to take that spare blanket for myself anyway. But my original plan was to take that spare blanket and then pair it onto Eric and Chad. So no one saw that, but I tried to put that blanket next to them to begin with, and the producer's like, Jordan, get up, you idiot, and you have to move. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll leave everyone and go at the front. But I also got so lucky because I really thought I was going to get ripped to shreds by the internet by calling it a blankie. Because and you can see it. Yeah, and you can see it in the show as well. I was like, do you reckon? I was like, boys, do you reckon you can fit 3 on a blankie? But the subtitles like made it say blanket, and I was like, oh, thank you, Squid Game editors.
That was pretty funny. I remember when you know, we all went off in our pants to play marbles and whatnot, and you got separated, and I was like, these cunts, because me and Eric were talking, and he's like, I reckon Jordan's coming back. I reckon he's coming back. And I was like, nah, no way. I'm like, why would they do that? Why would they just take him away and hold him hostage for a bit and bring him back? I was like, that's fucked. This stupid. And I was getting pissed. I was like, these motherfuckers just took Jordan, didn't even get to say goodbye. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. And then because I didn't see you again, Chad, because I obviously didn't sleep in the dorm that night. You guys all slept in the dorm that night, and I had to go sleep in the white room that was where we lined up to play games. And it was,
there.
So they walked me into the, you know, that room that we lined up for the Dalgona?
Yeah.
For the lines? Yeah, so they walked me in
the waiting room. Or the
waiting room, the white room, the game room. Yeah. So they walked me in there, and then there was a singular bunk in the middle of that room. And I said to the producer, I was like, get fucked. There's no way. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, can we at least turn the lights off? And she was like, oh, I don't think they turn off. And I was like, what do you mean they don't turn off? They have to turn off. There's their lights. And then she was like, oh, we can dim them for you. So they slightly dimmed these lights. Yeah, and they're like fluorescent white, bright lights.
Oh, they're bright as hell, man. Yeah.
There's nothing else in this room except a singular bunk and me. And I just sat down on the bed and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And I tried to sleep that night and it was just like this like burning light in my eyeballs. And I kind of went a little bit insane out of lack of sleep. Plus, to compound on this, because all the sets were, you know, relatively next to each other, all night I could just hear the people who were working on the glass bridge set just banging away, doing whatever, and I just got no fucking sleep at all.
Why did they make you sleep there? Was that during marbles? Like, what was the reason?
It was because they didn't want the people in the dorm to know that I was still in the game. Because, you know, obviously it's ended in the show to be like, straight after the picnic, we went and played marbles, but that's not exactly what happened. Straight after the picnic, we went and filmed, well, everyone else went and filmed the stairs, and then they came back into the dorm and went to sleep, and then played marbles the next day. Whereas I had to go sleep in that white room, and then for the next day, whilst everyone was playing marbles, I just had to chill in that, like, you remember that holding room at the beginning that we all kind of sat in?
Yeah.
And you probably made it to when you got eliminated? Yeah, I just sat in there all day, just in front of a heater, just trying to figure out what the time was.
So so there was no other storyline or no other, like, you know, play or fuckery that they did by you going in there. They're just like, okay, we just need one less person for this act. Let's just take you out.
Yeah, just one less person. And they didn't even explain it in the show. Like, I just sort of appeared.
I was like, there must be like a trick to it. Like, they must be like bringing Jordan back at a certain time because of this, because of that, or whatever. And no,
well, so they put me in the dorm before anyone else came back from their marbles game. And so I was in the dorm by myself in the morning. And I was kind of cruising around the dorm, I had a shower, I did a workout, I kind of walked around, did some stuff. And then Faber walked into the dorm. And I went up to him and I hugged him. I was like, hey, man. And he was like, oh, you know, he's like, I knew you weren't being eliminated. And then one by one, each person came back from their marbles game and then saw me. And I was like, yeah, like, I've been here the whole time. And I was like, oh. So, yeah. But then in the edit, like in the show, I think they just show me hugging Phil. And it's like, that's the first time you've seen me since the picnic. And it's like, oh, I guess Jordan's still in here.
Did they tell you? Did they tell you to be like, okay, if people ask, like, where did you go or whatever, did they say to be like, oh, you just I don't know. Like
I've been here the whole time. Yeah. It was like I've been here the whole time. I didn't
You
go
just
anywhere.
slept through
Yeah.
the picnic. You just
Yeah. Because in the show, there's no night, but like, there's no. So it's just picnic straight into marbles and then straight
Yeah.
back into the dorm. So I guess they wanted to kind of be like, I've been here the whole time, you know.
There was a lot of that in the show that.
Nah, you're good now.
Yeah, sick. All right, man.
He's asking if he was pixelated.
Oh no,
Hey,
yeah,
so-
perfect. We got.
Here's a good
highly
question.
defined fellas right now. It's great.
So
I love
Eloise,
this in the go on, Ted. I mean,
So-
sure.
there's a question here I think would be a good one to answer from Eloise Osinga, maybe Osinga. She said, "What did you guys do to pass time in the dorm?"
There was no clocks in the dorm, so there's no time. It's irrelevant.
yeah. Time's a made-up concept that we didn't feel. Man, it was. I was saying this on a video I made earlier today. They didn't really show how much fun we had in the dorms. Like there was like particularly for the first like 4 or 5 days, we're all just so happy to be there. Like they've gotten like the biggest extroverts from all over the world, put them in one room, and all day you're just chatting, man. Like you walk around, you're meeting new people. No one has their phones. So like one thing that I hell liked is that when shit got quiet, you know, when you're in a group and you're talking to people and it goes a bit quiet, everyone just pulls their phone out because it's awkward. It would go quiet and everyone would just pause and it'd be nice. And then you'd bring up something else and you start talking about other shit. So it was really nice. We'd just be, just talking, man. And then playing sport. Like we got all the socks and jocks and made like a soccer ball out of it. We made like footballs out of it. Someone tied, I don't know who did this. You guys were probably there for that because I was doing tours. But someone made the like a volleyball net with all the jumpers and tied them all together, and then like we'll play like a full game of volleyball. That was sick.
Where the hell were we for that?
I don't know. Well, you were probably asleep, Chad.
You were definitely sleeping, dude. Yeah. Chad slept for the first 3 days.
Chads were always in bed.
Here we go. Let's go through the strategies to go through the show. Mine, stay low. What was yours, Chad?
Stay asleep.
Stay asleep.
They can't evict you to sleep.
Mine was like, honestly, while there was a lot of people, like a lot of competitors, you know, I wanted to stay under the radar because if you know, this is probably not the way to get airtime, obviously, because to get airtime, they're going to want the drama with other competitors. But when there's 456 competitors and you're causing a problem with them, then you got a lot of heads coming at you. Whereas 100%. I would have waited if I got through to like the finalist kind of thing. Then I would have been a loudmouth motherfucker because you've only got they're coming for you anyway. You know what I mean? So to play the game, to win the money, I think it's good to stay low and under the radar to get airtime and not give a fuck about like where you get to. But as long as you get airtime, then cause some drama with other competitors early.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. There was a pretty clear. You could kind of tell who was there for the money and who was there for the airtime based on that kind of behavior. And I was like, I was thinking about this. Like toward the end, the longer you watch, the more the kind of loud, brash characters are gone. Like they just kind of disappear. And then even if like, you know, let's say Bryden, for example, right, quite a loud, eccentric character. If he had made it through battleships with me, he would have just got picked off next round anyway, or the round after that, the round after that.
The next one, his number would have got put in for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where they could just choose someone, whether it was even just like for the strategic element of he's a good player, but also just, if you rub anyone up the wrong way and they've got a chance to evict you, like you're going to go.
Yeah.
Okay,
and that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I was hoping, you know, laying low would be all right for a while, but yeah.
So for everyone who's saying that they would have a picnic with me, thank you. I love you all. But then you do realize that we would have to play marbles with each other. So there would be a bit of an emotional sort of
that's the hard part.
Just so you're aware. But I love everyone that's saying that they would picnic with me because it makes my heart feel nice until we'd have to eliminate one another.
Chat, who did you play marbles against? Someone asked this earlier. I think it was reality show something or other. Who did you play marbles against? Because I didn't see that at all in the show.
Mr. Handsome Ed.
Yeah.
I played
323, I think his number was.
Ed.
You didn't see any of him in the show. He was probably even better at being under the radar than any of us. Dude said 9 words the entire show.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Crazy. What did you guys play?
Marbles.
Yeah, but like, oh shit! Sorry.
No, we played closest to the wall, right? So, he started saying maybe we can play some games that involved like doing maths, and I was like, nah. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, let's just play something that's fair across the board, which is closest to the wall. There's not any other like really tricks to that.
Yeah.
You know, my life is like, I do dumbass nonsense, drunken trick shots all the time that don't make sense. And I'm like, okay, I might be able to fluke this. I go to shoot my marble, it like lands next to my foot, and I was just like, oh fuck. then and we're playing in sand, you know, the ground sand. Ed flicks his fucking Neo from the Matrix at marbles. It lands so close to the wall that we couldn't even tell if it was like hitting the wall or not, and we both just looked at each other, and I was like, you're kidding. And he goes, oh fuck, that's pretty close. I was like, even if I was a marbles champion, man, I wouldn't be able to fluke how close he got it. Like, it was like a hair between the wall. It was so crazy. So I wish they showed it, because like it was that fucking close.
Damn.
He came back into the dorm and he was like, he told me that same story. He said, oh, I was like, oh, what do you guys play? And he goes, oh, we played closest to the wall. And he goes, oh, I just absolutely pumped him, hey.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Bro. Like,
no.
I was just like, fuck. I go, fuck. You won.
Yeah. But he took it in
shot.
true Chad fashion. You know, he was just like, fucking, all right, shook me hand, and then off he went. And I was like, yeah, that's about right. That's all you can do, really.
Yeah, man. Like, fuck, there's not much I can do. I mean, we're both mates, but we're both, like, obviously $4.5 million. You're going to try and, you're there for that reason first. You're going to try and make money.
100%.
Yeah. Man, part of me's kind of part of me, obviously winning the money would have been sick, right? But part of me is kind of happy I got out before I had to publicly fuck someone over, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there was like, I just looked like a nice guy the whole time. There was no point when I had to like throw out a beloved character or a friend or something.
Mate, I mean, look, the people the closer you know what type of person you are anyway, and like anyone in your position would do the same thing. And you were a fucking nice dude on the whole time you were there.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hey, so Leilani Summer asked, how long were you there for? I think this is a different answer for all of us.
Yeah, if you were there, if you lasted till the end, I think you're there for almost a month.
A month?
And then depending on where you got out, you know, you could be. We spent 4 days in quarantine, quarantine in the hotel room by ourselves, not allowed to speak to anyone before we even started filming. Then we did, days of filming. Then we get into the dorms. There's days of waiting. Then you do 2 days of processing afterwards. Like, so relatively, if you're there for the whole time, you're there for a month. And if you get out earlier, sometime in between that.
Yeah, and they told us beforehand, they'll like free up your schedule for about a month. Yeah, so like 2, 3, well, it was like 3 or 4 weeks. In case you do win, or you're going to be coming home like in 4 days' time. So it was just like everyone had to have that amount of time free.
Yeah, I was actually lucky that I left when I did, because I got off my plane back to Sydney and then went straight into the first semester of uni for the year. So I timed it well.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, Adrian. Adrian, how do you get such a good jawline?
Yeah.
I just eat rocks every day, bro. It's good for you. It's bad for your enamel, but it's really good for your jawline.
And ain't that the truth, brother? I've been munging on some gravel since day dot.
Mugging on gravel.
No one from North Australia is going to understand that, but I will.
Chucky, you in the server, mate.
Wait, here's another good one as well that I reckon we got some good answers for. So Gia Rice asked, was there a moment in the dorms you wish was on TV but didn't? I guess didn't make it is the end of that question.
Yes, I have one that involves all this. There was a conversation that us three had, and it went on for fucking ages, and we were just talking absolute nonsense, but it was amazing and great. And all the other contestants were coming in, and they were just trying to learn these Australian words, and they're like, what the hell is going on? And it was the funniest thing ever. And I can't remember his name, but we told that young, what is it?
Justice. Or Justin.
Justice?
Justin?
And we
Justin or Justice. We taught him,
yeah, we're not here to, we didn't come here to fuck spiders, which means, you know, we're not here to fuck around. We're here to get the job done. Anyway,
right before battleships, I
tell the story.
tapped him on the back and I was like, "Wait, Justin, we're not here to fuck spiders." And he yells at himself. He goes,
Yes.
"We're not here to fuck spiders."
Yeah, I wish that was on. I wish that made it in the cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, fully.
That was good.
Also, I
Who
wish
was
a
that
lot
young-
more of the. I wish a lot more of the antics and the shit that went on in the dorms was in there too.
You know what they got to do? They got to do a Squid Game after dark, or like a Squid Game like
Yeah.
Dude,
like,
people would watch that for sure. Just like all the dirty.
I'd watch that, man. We'd probably all be on TV a bit more.
Oh, bro, it'd be all
I
about
wanted
us.
to see Mikey. I wanted to see Mikey freak out on Netflix. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, that's a moment I wanted on TV.
What happened? What happened?
I told him, "Oh, you were out." Well, Mikey the Irishman. One night, like I was up all night, like all the time. Anyway, one night I was looking over at Mikey's bed, and I was like, "Fuck!" It looked like an old priest is like kind of standing beside his bed, right? And I told him the next day, and he's like, "Oh no!" He's like, "Fuck, man!" And he's like, "Oh, fucking shit, scared of ghosts." Like, don't even tell me that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play up this. And then the next night, I went down to his bunk and I switched all his shoes around and his clothes and like did everything different. Anyway, he got up quite early that day and we're doing walking laps. And he's like, "Hey man, my Irish accent's gone now because I can't talk that long in it." And he's like, "Hey man, no lie, but did you move my stuff last night?" I was like, "Nah man, I just got up." He's like, fuck, I shit you not, everything's moved around." And he's going around telling everyone, he's like, "There's definitely ghosts here. There's fucking, I'm freaking out." He's trying to change buttons. Yeah. It was so bad.
It was so good. He was so on edge.
Saturday.
Yeah.
He was so on edge. I loved it.
Oh, speaking of lack of food, bro, someone told me they got like in trouble or kicked off for getting some salt and pepper, and I smuggled salt and pepper in my socks.
That's right, you did.
And I was shit scared to use it because I was like, there's cameras everywhere. Yeah. I was like, man, so I had to pretend to open this bag of salt and pepper in my little toiletry bag thing, pretend to like, I don't know, do something over my food and like spray it on there. And I was still worried about I was going to get kicked off. Having salt and pepper.
Oh, bro. I would have killed some salt, man. That was the worst part of the food, was just the complete lack of salt or seasoning or sugar of any kind. It was just so bland.
Hey, so 5 Shandy Cat asked us, "Do you already know who won, or do you also have to wait?" Unfortunately, we also got to wait. We have no idea.
Absolutely no
Especially
idea.
us paupers who got out at such early fashion.
Oh, fucking you boys got a lot further than I did, right?
Yeah, still. But here we go. What's some more?
I got out in the opening credits, man. The executive producer's name was still on screen.
Well, I only came in for episode 4 and 5, and then didn't even explain where I dipped off to.
Dude, oh, that's so bad, bro. Off-screen death.
So Carly, Jordan, the ocean doesn't clean your hair, mate. Yes, it does.
Actually, it does. When I lived back in Australia next to the beach, my hair was the best ever when I was just going to the ocean all the time.
Yeah, dude, the ocean cleans everything, honey. Try it.
Yeah.
It's the best. What else we got here?
I've got something from earlier.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Chad's getting a lot of love here. People love Chad.
Chad deserves a lot of love. He didn't get enough love on the show.
Neither did I when I was growing up, so that's amazing. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, Chad.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay. Here's one. Were the staff in the masks really anonymous, or did they speak off camera?
No.
They did not speak off camera. Not to me, anyway. Although in the moment, so when the picnic happened for me and everyone went into the room and the stairs, I stayed back in the dorm. And after going around and picking all of the leftovers from the picnics that people had left, which, by the way, people left so much food. So we got strawberries, we got cakes, we got some chips. Like, the most of it was shit, but so many people left their fruit behind. So I just went around to every single picnic and I just took whatever fruit was just left behind, because it's the best food I'd had in like the entire show.
Well, bro, I'd be pocketing all of it.
Oh, took it all, and I kept something to put in my oats. And I kept a brownie to put in my oats the next morning as well.
Oh,
which was smart.
dude, you know Brighton wasn't eating his oats in the morning. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
He's giving it to like me.
Like,
Dude, I don't know how you could possibly do that, man. Like the sheer, like we had so little food as it was, and bro's eating,
Yeah.
not eating one meal.
hey,
Crazy, hey.
There's a question here. There's a question here from Stories, and it says thoughts on game selection, no tug of war or anything too physical? Question mark. I just want to say, I was kind of disappointed that there was no tug of war, mainly because we all got in a fucking great team for tug of war. We thought like it was definitely the best team, and we were literally there's a lot of waiting around on reality TV, and while we were waiting, we spent hours and hours and hours practicing our tug of war techniques. Like literally, everyone's standing there like air tug of war, and then we find out it wasn't even for that. But on the thing saying nothing too physical, red light, green light was extremely fucking mentally challenging and physically challenging. It was insanely tough. It took over 7 hours to film. It was minus 6 degrees Celsius, which I think is like 21 degrees in America. It was freezing. My hands were so blue that the guy next to me is frozen in like some running position. He's like, "Hey, bro, are you okay?" And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Your hands are not the right color." And I was like, "Yeah, they hurt." And I was on the ground like, trying to blow it air on them.
Yeah,
I nearly dislocated my finger in red light, green light on purpose just to get a medic break. Like, I was in that much pain.
Yeah, that was dystopian, man. That was crazy. That's the only one where I felt it was too much to deal with. I mean, no, we still did it, obviously, but that was the only one that I found really, really physically difficult.
Yeah,
I remember people in there who'd done SAS training or who'd done like high level sport, right? They were like, "This is the hardest physical thing I've ever done." And you're doing nothing, technically. You're just standing there.
We're standing there, like, every time you had to freeze for red light, it was 20 minutes to 30 minutes holding it. Yeah. And if you're in a shit position, you're fucked. Yeah, snot all over your face. You're fucked.
Yeah. Didn't you fart at one point?
What's that?
Didn't you fart loudly at one point?
I did. That was the technique. I was trying to get some people out by laughing. So it's dead silence. Like, it's a football field full of people just holding funny positions and too scared to move. And I just let one rip. And I hear the person next to me like, "You fuckhead." And I was just cracking. I was trying to get people to crack up laughing so that they'd pull out.
That's right. Would you ever join another reality show? There's Eliza Ruby. Have any of you considered it?
Chad, yeah, probably. I would do it if it was a physical-based reality TV show. I don't know if I'd go on to like The Bachelor or Love Island or anything like that. I think I would blow my fucking brains out if I was on Love Island.
I agree.
I think I'd have fun on anything.
Yeah, but Chad, you're a fun dude.
You are. You make it fun, bro. It wouldn't be fun without you.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I was about to go on Love Island. We spent 2 weeks in the preparation quarantine thing, and like, it was the funniest. The show actually sent me the cast, like the people that I was going up against, by accident. My email sounded like, or had the same name as one of the people on production, and they sent me the cast list, which you're not allowed to know the cast list before obviously you're not allowed to know the cast before you go on the show. So we spent 2 weeks in the hotel room by myself, and I'm just Googling everyone, like, who I'm going up against, trying to know these people. And then an hour before we walk into the villa, start filming, I get a call from the producers, and they're like, "We're sending you home." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I get back to Vegas, and I knew who it was. I'm pretty sure I was like, "This must be my crazy ex." But she ended up. I said, "Did you get me kicked off?" She's like, "No." I checked her security cameras at her house, and it's her on the phone out the front, like, "Yeah, we got him kicked off. Like, he only thinks it's Brett, but he doesn't know for sure. But yeah, blah blah blah." Because her good friend Brett was tight with the producers, so I was like,
dude,
is that? But whatever, that's all in the past. I got Squid Games out of it, which is great. But yeah, that was fucking funny. And people say all the time, they're like, "You seem like you'd be on Love Island," and I was crack up laughing.
So Bro's got so many stories, man. I got to say, Chad, you have like a story for everything. From my experience with you,
so good,
dude. Vegas is a crazy place.
You've lived it. That's why.
Yeah, you lived in Vegas,
dude. Yeah, it's wild. I can't believe some of the stories.
So this keeps coming up a fair bit, but nah, sock nah.
Fuck nah.
She said,
Sock nah.
sock nah. She said, what meals did you all eat? And this comes up a lot. So I think we've already discussed. So every morning for breakfast, we had the same thing. We had oats and water in this little army ration tin. And it was like, this high. So like a centimeter of oats and water.
Yep.
And then after that, all of the meals were a change up between chicken, potatoes, and some sort of steamed veg, or rice and a fried egg, or a piece of fish and potatoes and steamed veg, and it just circulated through those three meals. One time though, Chad, do you remember on Sunday we got like spaghetti bolognese? Or it was like and it was fucking hectic. All the Yanks called it hamburger helper or something like that.
What?
I don't know. Like,
They got some fucked words for shit, man.
yeah, but it
Hamburger
was
helper.
just it was just like lamb mince and spaghetti, like penne or whatever, and it went so hard, dude. It was sick. But yeah, the food otherwise sucked.
Man, we have
The
boiled
food's
chicken,
bad.
and I always run away from boiled chicken because that looks like shit. But
Yeah.
with the portions were so small that everyone was getting like malnourished and losing weight.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know how Big Chad lasted as long as he did. And it makes sense why he was in bed
Yeah.
For
constantly.
those wondering who Big Chad is, no, it's
For those wondering, big below the waist Chad. But fuck yeah, the food was very limited. Do you know what was actually not bad? Did you ever try any of the like vegetarian line food or the vegans or whatever? Like they actually had a little bit of something like seasoning on their food.
No, I needed the protein more than I needed the. Anything else.
I just
Why?
listened to whatever Jordan said because Jordan fucking knew a lot more about that than I did. I will say there's all this.
I would have said to use your salt and pepper, brother. That's what I would have said.
Yeah, well, so
I
you
was,
didn't
I
use
was
that at
selling
all.
salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Did you not use the salt and pepper at all, or did you eventually sneakily like spread that shit on?
Oh yeah, I sneakily did. I pretended I was like, I don't know, I can't remember what I did. Like, I had to think of something to be like, oh, why would I reach over my food and somehow blah, 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 spray it in there and pretend I'm just shooing flies away. There was no flies, but yeah.
Here's a good question. Did you guys? So Max Douglas asked if we actually liked 432 Brighton.
Yeah,
So-
I still chat to Brighton.
Yeah, same.
Same.
I would say like at the start, I didn't really like him all that much, just because Americans are very like, particularly him. It's very different mentality between Aussies and Americans. Aussies, we've got real tall poppy syndrome. We're really chill and calm. We don't really. There's not many Aussies I could point to that are really loud and brash and cocky. So he immediately rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. Did Chad just leave?
See you, Chad. It's just me and you.
What the fuck? He just
He's
got
done his
so
bit.
offended. He's like, I love
He's
Paul
done
Three.
his bit. Yeah.
So, all right, we'll pretend nothing happened. I thought he was like cocky at the start. I wasn't really a big fan, and then over time he grew on me a little bit. And I realized that he wasn't an idiot. He's like a pretty smart dude. And I think he's a good guy, man. I think he's actually a good guy. I think he means well. But understandably, a lot of people come up to me because I was on the boat with him, and it makes us look like we're really super close, best friends forever. Because we're like holding hands and shit. But everyone came up to me and has asked that same question, like, is he really like a good guy? Do you actually like him? And I'm always like, yeah, man. Like at the start, wasn't really too close, but over time, he grew on me, and I started to like him toward the end.
So so before the show even started, we were in the hotel that we were in. We were on the same level of like that hotel, and he came up to me in the elevator, and he was like, "Hey, dude, like, you look like you're a bit of a character." He's like, "I'm a bit of a character. Chad's back. Let's
Hey.
Sorry, I accidentally
together."
pressed swipe. What was that?
So
I
you're
was
going,
like,
say that again.
Yeah, and then so I was just like, okay, cool, like, let's be mates, let's like, see what's going on, and then so we were just kind of close. He was kind of like one of the first people that I'd met in the entire thing, like even before the show started. And then from then we were just kind of, we were close, and he was a good dude, man, down to earth, like a young kid. You got to remember he was like 20. Yeah,
I think he's 22.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's young. He was a young boy. So and he was just he was out there to make a name for himself, and he kind of did. So
speaking of young, Jordan, did you say you turned 30?
Yeah, bro. On
Bro,
Saturday.
I thought you were like 24, 25.
No,
Seriously?
I'm 30, man. I'm an old man.
I'm 30 as well.
Don't even
Chad,
say
how old are
that,
you?
bro.
How
I
old are you,
just
Chad?
turned. Wait, when did you turn 30?
In
On
March,
Saturday.
I turned 30. Oh, he
On
turned.
Saturday?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
2nd of December.
Oh, fuck, okay. Every day is a Saturday in Vegas. I'm the 25th of November. So mine was a
Oh,
week ago,
hectic.
but
Hell yeah.
or whatever that is. But yeah,
How
happy
old are
birthday,
you, Chad?
Jordan. My Sagittarius
Happy
brother.
birthday to you too, brother.
And happy birthday, Jordan.
Thanks, brother.
Anyway,
Can you
so
answer my question? How old are you?
yeah, 33.
Oh, you're 33. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the dad of the group.
Am I older than you?
I'm 30, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm full of wisdom and wise choices.
Yeah.
Deep knowledge. Deep knowledge
Deep
of
knowledge.
Vegas.
Deep knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, questions. Fucking yeah, more about 432. Okay, why didn't they just play rock paper scissors for the cookie game? And I guess the short answer to that is that they were told not to play any games whatsoever. It was like they had to just between the four of them decide who got what, and just had to agree on it. And all their hands needed to be on the door in time for the timer to run out.
And you know what was so funny about that is like I think the second group that went in. So we got told very specifically you're not allowed to play any sort of game to figure out the order. And the second group that went in, one guy was like, "Let's have a running race," and he ran, and you just say, "Bro, we literally just got told we can't do that."
Yeah, yeah.
Then motherfucker sprinted into the door and left a big handprint in the middle of it.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. There's a hole in the door. There's a hole in the door.
Yeah.
That's fucking
That's
funny.
funny. That moment when those first four got popped, that was in that waiting room was an intense moment. That was like a moment we were all like, "Oh shit, this is very real." Like,
yeah, the first pop, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Someone next to me was like, that was the moment the show went from being like mid to actually being pretty good. They were like, shit, this is very dramatic.
Because until that point they eliminated those four people, it was pretty like obviously red light, green light was pretty hectic and wild, but we hadn't really seen anything yet of like I guess for lack of a better term, the fuckery of production, you know, of them like interjecting and doing weird shit. And then when that boy was like, "Nah, I ain't put my hand on the door," and I was like, "Pop, pop, pop," all four. I was like, "Oh damn!" Like that's the precedent that they've set, and like that's cool.
Yeah.
This is a question from Sakna. Sakna, were you all told to fall dramatically when you got out of the game? Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I played marbles, like we were watching you, Adrian, you were right next to us. So did they tell you, like, did they film you dying or anything like that? Honestly,
No,
I
I don't think they set our thing off. I don't think they set our thing off on the boat. Do you remember, Jordan? Because I swear mine never went off.
No, I think you just put your head in your hands. You know, you were just like, "Fuck."
No.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just like a lights off. That's it. I just remember getting immediately on the fucking bus afterwards.
Wait, am I the only one that got like shot?
You're the only one that got inked, brother. I didn't get inked.
I said I inked myself on the when I got inked.
That's probably why you didn't get inked, game.
Nice.
No, but what? So in marbles, they were saying like die, but don't die. They were telling us actually not to die too dramatically in marbles.
Oh really?
Yeah, like they were like just die like kind of peacefully, like fuck off. But I was like, okay, no worries, and I was like, fuck that, I'm dying my own way, and I got up and I like wandered around for a bit, and then I just did this big like suicide dance move, which is like one handed spin and drop and land on my back. I was with my boy T Dizzle, and they didn't put any of that in, so great.
Well, you know it's a good question that I'm seeing a bit here. So from Rick Husted and from Soknar, they're both saying like we should do Big Brother, and I would only do Big Brother if you boys would do Big Brother as well. If all three of us could go on Big Brother as a trio, I would do Big Brother. I would do another reality TV show for that.
Yes.
Cool. That's a great idea.
I would fucking love that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sure.
Like you said before, though, if I did another reality show, it'd be like a physical challenge one. I would totally do like Survivor. Something like that.
Also, I really want to answer this question. So Kate Joel Temple asked, was B player 18 super smart all the time? Yes, B was super smart all the time. She was a very humble, kind, gracious woman. I had a lot of time for B. She was a very bright light in there, and was just such a kind human being to everybody in amongst all the chaos. And yeah, so B was fantastic. I still love her to this day. She's a brilliant woman.
Oh,
That
here's
was
one.
big.
Did you guys get to keep
Player
any
86.
mementos?
I've got them right here. Oh, fuck, no, I don't. They're in my car. Toothbrush. Oh, Chad, what did you keep? Tell us.
What
Well-
have you got, Chad?
First of all, so when you go to do a challenge, they get all your bum bags and they hang them up because you don't know if you're coming back to your bunk or not, and they just want to give you your bum bag so you go. But so I would go to the bathrooms and grab the underwear and stash my toiletry bag that they gave us full of underwear because I'm like, I'm taking as many underwear I can if I'm getting out. I don't know why I pen, but and then
They're the shittest jocks as well. I still wear them.
exactly. And the best things was the trackies. The tracksuits were so comfy, and that's all I wanted. And when you get your tracksuit, you hand in your laptop, your mobile phone, anything like that. And then to get that back, you have to hand your tracksuit back. That's why my tracksuit doesn't have a number, because I stole mine from the show, and I put my number on another tracksuit in case they were like, okay, well, let's count them, see what number's out. My number would be there.
That's smart, bro.
Dude.
Yeah,
You're
so
smart.
when I got off, they let you check your phone. I was checking my phone. I just sat there for ages checking nothing because I didn't even think I had internet on my phone. And then they kind of like wanted off a bit, so I ran up and kept my phone. I went out that night before we had interviews and ended up in a German's apartment just dancing and talking till wee hours of the morning until I had my interview the next day. And I walked straight into my interview from the club basically, and then from there I put my tracksuit in my suitcase, waited another day, went down to get my laptop, and I just said thank you for holding on to this for an extra day, and then took it. And they
So
didn't know
So genius, man.
They thought I
You needed that conniving attitude in the game, my dude.
Well, I would have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's a question. This is probably my last one because I got to bail. But
Actually, I kept
Yeah,
everything. I had my ink shirt and everything.
so how did you guys? So Nat Orchid asked, how did you guys even apply for this shit?
I got messaged on Instagram.
Because you're already a bit of a superstar, aren't you?
Oh,
You're both actually a bit of
hurts.
superstars.
Yeah, I think like these casting directors have a super easy job these days. Back in the days of like the original Big Brother and shit, they would actually need to go and find interesting people. They'd have to like run newspaper ads and shit. Now they just go for people who have like if you got more than like 3,000 or 4,000 followers, I think they'll just reach out to you. Because it helps. It makes it easier for them to market the show. For example, right now we're talking about this show to an audience. You know,
for
so
sure.
Yeah,
so how about you boys?
casting directors are good at their jobs, man. They'll find it. They'll find it for sure.
Yeah.
How'd you get on the show, Chad?
I just like snuck my way onto a flight. And no, I
would not put that past you as well.
It was actually the same ex that got me kicked off the other show. She sent me the audition thing and said you should apply, and I was like, man, I thought it was gonna be real cheesy, to be honest. I thought it was gonna be really, really cheesy. And when she said such, she's like, look, like you can win $4 million, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, fucking all right, yeah, I'll try. And then got through the next round, just kept going through the rounds, and that was it. They had to book me fake flights, so I could get my passport emergency renewed, even though I had plenty of time on it. They were like, no, we want you to have extra time. I said, okay, in order to do that, I need to show them that I'm flying out in like 2 weeks. So, and I hadn't got a confirmation that I was going to be on the show. And they're like, no worries, we'll book you some flights to show them. And then obviously don't go on those flights. I had to drive down, get my passport renewed. I had to sell some nudes for some gas money at that point in my life. And to get back, I was loving it. It was fucking sick.
Bro, you need your own reality show. You need like Keeping Up with Chad, because I would fucking watch the shit out of that, bro. Just to watch your life on camera would just be astoundingly interesting.
Dude.
Boys, I believe this is the end of our live stream.
Yeah.
I thought you said this is the end of our life.
This is the end of our life.
Not.
It's all over.
This has been your life, isn't it, show?
Oh, this is your life? That was the
Mate,
first
that's your
life.
generation, not from us old farts.
Us old men. You TikTok
You're
generation.
both 30. You're both
I'll go
30.
back, fellas, but we should do this again.
Absolutely keen. Comment if you believe we should do this again, because I think we have fucking hours more to talk.
Wait,
To everyone who said hello, and I love you. I love you all too. You're all beautiful human beings. Thank you for the support.
hit us up in the DMs and fucking tell us so we can prepare these questions better.
Yes, guys, give us more questions for next time. Follow us, by the way, if you're not following any of these beautiful men right now. Otherwise, guys, we'll see you next time. Submit your questions. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Have a great night, guys.
Love you
Catch
all.
you later,
Peace.
fellas. See you, boys. All right, guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm glad I could bring you the boys, the Aussie gang. If you haven't yet, follow my account. We will go live again from this account. So chuck us a follow right now. Get some more Squid Game behind the scenes action. Get some more Adrian action. And we will definitely be doing this again. That was heaps of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Those guys are real characters. And it's a real shame Chad didn't get the airtime that he deserved. And he was in there like way longer as well. So he totally deserves it. He's a hilarious guy, a really good dude, just a fascinating character. So chuck us a follow. Follow this account right now. Make sure you're following so you know when we go live next. Thank you very much, guys. Follow now if you haven't. I will see you next time. I'll see you very soon. Uploading all the time, by the way, and we're going to go live again pretty damn soon. Bye. See you later. How do I end this shit? What do I do? Bye. Goodbye, everyone. There.